Hey, I just want to start off by saying you did a really great job on this role play. But there are a lot of things you did really well. There's a few things that I think you could fix, and I want to also let you know how you can improve upon those. So, some of the things that I want to start off with, you're doing really well. You had a great tone the entire time. You were very easy to hear. Your tone was very upbeat. You were very well spoken. Everything really, speech wise came together. You got your point across very well. There was, hardly any stutter, no use of, any filler words, things like that. And that really showed the, level of confidence. It also showed the level of humility as well as being prepared. And that's something that's huge. And I think you did very well. You excelled at those areas. Um, some of the other things, your body language was really great. Using your hands was really good. A lot of people like to, talk with their hands down their sides, and that's not always something that, conveys confidence in oneself. And so I think that was really great. You also, were taking notes throughout. I remember you taking down his name of the main guy that you would need to talk to that would be going through with the purchase. That was really good. I really enjoyed seeing that. Um, as well as the way you set the agenda. You were very upfront with it. You were very much at the beginning of the meeting saying, this is the schedule. I really loved that you added the, do we still have the 15 minutes? That was really good. You were really sticking to the time that you guys had previously agreed upon. And checking with them also is a great way to, know where they're at. And like you had even said in the role play, I just want to make sure we're on the same foot here. So that was really good. I really enjoyed a lot of that. You also set up a meeting for the future with next week on Monday, I believe, and that was really good. You were able to, get her to say, "Oh, I'm not available at this time. Can we push it back to now?" You were good at getting an answer out of her. A lot of people, may not make it to that step. There were a few things though that I think you could have worked on. Number one, the most important thing to me was your introduction. It seemed very kind of, in her face, a bit rushed almost, and it just seemed a little too much almost and kind of too quick. I think you were moving a little too quick along. Sorry about that. As I was saying, it was just a little rushed, but I don't think that was a bad thing. I knew you knew that there was only about 15 minutes there, and so, you were trying to be as quick as possible. And so I understand where you're coming from, but that's something that, just slow yourself down a little bit, kind of, let yourself control the pace of the meeting. And I think that's, an area that you still did really well on, but it was just a little quick. It was a little bit kind of in her face. And I think if you just roll it back a little bit, slow down, kind of slow your speaking, take control of the meeting, and that's somewhere, you still did pretty well on. But I think in the future, that's somewhere, just that you could improve. And I think as well as throughout the entire meeting, while you were very good at getting your points across, you were very quick with them. You were speaking very fast. And I know you only had about 15 minutes, and so I can understand that, but at the same time, it was a little too quick almost, and a buyer may get a little confused with too many thoughts going on in their head, too many different directions going on. That was just a small point. Something you did really well though was Something you did really well though was going from point to point. You re-emphasized her questions, and then reiterated it and brought it all together. And anytime she had an objection or a question, you were very, on the ball with it. You were able to explain what was going on with it. You were also able to, fill her in with any information. One final thing, I did like how you were giving her information, kind of handing her your card, writing down the date, giving her figures, giving her a letter of recommendation. That was really good. But I almost feel it's not a bad thing, but I feel as if it was almost a little like not forced on her, but kind of pushed a little bit. And not everyone may like that, but I do think it wasn't a bad option. Excuse me. It was just something that not everybody may, like having stuff just thrown into their face. And that's not a bad thing at all. Some ways to improve, like I said, just slowing yourself down, just controlling the tempo of the meeting, not being too rushed. You had 15 minutes and it was only about 9 to 10 minutes long. And I think, just slowing yourself down, taking control of that meeting, you can definitely extend that a little longer. And that just takes repetition, obviously. And we all know that here being in sales.